by Christophe for Burundi. And that's a corner kick to the Panthers of Gabon.
And for the Panthers of Gabon, anytime that Aubameyang can get numerous touches with his creativity, with his pace especially, that's positive for Gabon. They have a great corner kick opportunity here.
Boanga with the corner kick. The ball easily dealt with by goalkeeper Nahimana. Tried to quickly find Berahino. Does. Balloon holds him up. Throw in to Gabon.
And well done by Balloon down that right side, the right back of Gabon. We've seen him burst forward in attack, but main responsibility is to prevent Berahino from getting in behind him, getting past him. It's well done by Lloyd Balloon. And he's going to have to play a little more defensive-minded now that Burundi is starting to gain a little more possession.
Free kick to Gabon. Berahino's getting frustrated. Game is an all-important game as it stands. Burundi advances and will be making their debut at the African Cup of Nations. It will be their first AFCON. But a win for Gabon catapults them into second place. Mali has already advanced. Here comes Alevina and Aubameyang with a tame attempt, easily gobbled up there by goalkeeper Nahimana. Everything's going to fall at the feet of Aubameyang for Gabon today. But Burundi is sitting so deep. His biggest strength, which is his speed, has been nullified.
Yeah, if you get one way to nullify a player with pace is to get the numbers back and limit how much space he has to run into. Burundi have done an excellent job of doing that. It's come at a price, a little bit of a price in terms of sacrificing their attack and a less possession. But we mentioned all they need is a draw to advance. Obviously, they want to win the game, but if they can get a draw, that'll be enough. And so that's going to be the priority. You would suspect that Olivier Niungeko says, all right, our priority is to slow down Aubameyang, not give him the space, get the numbers back defensively, and make sure we don't concede a goal. Because if they don't concede a goal, they'll advance. Yeah, exactly. Making sure that they don't take any risks so that they can get to their first ever African Cup of Nations tournament.
Gango Omar comes it long, tries to find Cedric. Ooh. Some confusion there by Gabon.
Yeah.
Whether the goalkeeper should pick it up or let it go, and results in Malik giving up a free kick in the midfield.
Ovono just has to attack the ball. It's in his penalty area, regardless of what his defenders say. That's his domain. He has to attack it.
Easily picked up there by Boanga, and here's Malik coming, bombing down. Looks like a good challenge there, and it is from Frederick.
First of all,
and a poor touches, multiple touches, and that last one was a heavy touch from Malik. And
what is he waiting for to pass square it in the middle? He's got Aubameyang on one side in the middle. He had Aubameyang on the far post. He had Malik. He had another player in the middle as well. He's got to pass it sooner, square it into the middle sooner. That last touch was way too heavy.
Boanga to Malik to Paloun. Soft attempt, easily gobbled up by goalkeeper Nahimana. 22 minutes gone in this game in Bujumbura. A crucial encounter between Burundi and Gabon. Sulaiman Folarin and George Dumetelis. The must-win for Gabon to advance to the African Cup of Nations this summer exclusively on beIN Sports. A draw would suffice for the host, the Swallows of Burundi. Christophe. Nahimana loses. And Paloun almost gives it up to Nahimana. Result in a goal kick for Gabon.
And on that last attempt for Gabon, it was a great chance. Evuna Malik had an opportunity down the right side, breaking free. He had Alevina in the middle. He had Aubameyang on the far post. If he squares it sooner, and doesn't take that extra touch, that's the easy finish for one of them, and he missed it. That was Gabon's best chance, and Abuna Malik missed the opportunity there. Got a little greedy.
Aubameyang is roughly tackled. Actually, two Gabonese players are roughly tackled. Aubameyang, and the referee blows the whistle. Free kick to the Panthers.
Ooh.
Actually, it was Obiang who got roughly tackled there. Abdulrazak, fancy footwork, forced to go back. Easily gobbled up there by Poco. Tackle from behind by Nahimana. Free kick to Gabon.
And that was a mistake there by Christophe, the left back, having a rough game, the left back of Burundi.
Bizan pissed off. You see the reason why Burundi has the ball. Sadio Berahino turns, tries to take on King by himself. Ooh, heavy touch there. And gobbled up and cleared by Manga for Gabon. Burundi comes again. Here's Nahimana, goes wide and finds Yamini. Dances, turns. Actually, Cedric forced to go back and then loses possession to Alavina. Alavina to Obiang. Obiang to Didier Ndong. Ndong out back to Alavina, and it's a throw-in to Gabon.
And Burundi now, they're starting to settle, getting a little more possession. But Baraino had a great chance, but he was isolated by himself. King was right on top of him. Strong defending there by Gabon. And that's part of the game plan for Burundi. Baraino by himself up top, it's not going to have much help.
Christophe has to go back in, and Gabon picks possession of the ball. They find Aubameyang, but the pass is just too heavy from Didier Ndong. Too much weight on the pass, on the final pass from Gabon. Results in a goal kick to Burundi.
But that's the problem for Gabon in this matchup, especially the last 4 or 5 minutes. They get into the area. Or they at least win the ball in the midfield and then put pressure on that Burundi back line. And then that final pass, that final connection that they need to make in order to either create a goal scoring opportunity or to score a goal is not being well executed. It's not happening for them. They're doing well in the midfield, Gabon. They're just not finishing and making that final connection.
Piston Abdulrazak gets it. Actually, he thought he got a throw in there for Burundi, but the referee blows it the other way for Gabon. And Paloun's been busy on this right side.
Absolutely. For
Gabon, because he's going up against Abdulrazak. It seems like that was a wrong call. Throw should have been a throw in to Burundi. Fiston Abdulrazak has 6 goals at the qualifiers for Burundi. Second highest goal scorer behind the Nigerian Odion Igalo. And here's Manga. Bumps the ball forward.
You gotta like that.
Poco. Great footwork here from Poco. Still dancing on the ball. Burundi still can't get him off the ball. Goes out wide to Boanga. Cross finds no one, and it'll be a throw-in to Burundi.
Abdulrazak is putting in a lot of hard work, but not only just running into space, but defensively as well. He's been very aggressive and physical, trying to win the ball back for Burundi, put them in an advantageous position to go forward and attack by aggressively winning the ball.
King gives the ball up to Cedric. Cedric tries to find Nahimana. Goal kick. Gabon. Actually, that was Beraino.
It's going to be tough for Berahino in this matchup because he's isolated up top by himself. You saw him get into the penalty area, win the ball, and then King was backing down on him, but there was no support. And that's an indication of the mentality of Burundi. They want to make sure that they just keep everything tight defensively. They get a goal on a break. Obviously, that'll be fantastic, but more than anything, they just don't want to concede, and that might mean sacrificing players going forward in attack.
Alavina, it's a cross in. Should be a corner kick, and it is. The referee blows for a corner kick to the Panthers of Gabon. 20 minutes gone in this crucial encounter here in Burundi, in Bujumbura. The mountains in the backdrop. It's a capacity crowd, standing room only, at the Stade Prince Louis Rwagasore here, and it's a cross comes in, easily dealt with by Burundi. Alavina again. Sugo King looked like he was going to get to that, but it results in a throw-in and another missed opportunity for Gabon.
Yep, they have to convert these chances. They've looked the more aggressive side in attack. They've looked like the side that would get the first goal in this matchup. They just haven't finished their opportunities, and set pieces are going to be important as well. Well, in any match they're important, but especially with the way Burundi are trying to defend with their mentality, it might be a situation where Gabon's best chance, or they might have to get it off of a set piece, because we've seen that when they've had the ball in the run of play and they've had an opportunity to break away, that the final touch, that final connection hasn't quite worked out.
Nahimana tries to find Yamini. Easily doubled up there. It just seems like some of the rough tackles are beginning to set in.
Yeah.
The game's not settled yet, so we're beginning to get some really harsh the African tackles.
The African tackles.
both feet off the ground. Alavina, Malik.
Both of them trying to get to African Cup of Nations, so they're going to be desperate for that ball.
To Aubameyang, he loses possession. Paloun takes it off of Nahimana. Idio Dong. Poko out to Paloun. Nice idea. Here's a shot. Shaq just pretty much took that.
Yeah. Andre Diogo Poko.
Poko should have not taken that shot. Should have looked for a pass instead.
Well, he was open in the area. He had some space.
He had a lot of space.
He had a lot of space. So when you have all that space, you usually have a lot of time. So he could have settled that, been able to either pick out a pass or take a better shot. He had time to settle the ball, relax, and decide what he wanted to do with that, or pick out where he wanted to place that ball in terms of a shot on target, and then just rushed it. That's been Gabon's problem in this matchup so far. As we, just past the half-hour mark, is they've had chances in the area and they're just not making the right decisions in order to finish it to get the goal.
30 minutes gone in this game, and throw in to Burundi. In Bujumbura at the Stade Prince Louis Rwagasore. A draw would be enough for the host, the Swallows of Burundi, to advance to their first ever African Cup of Nations. A win or nothing for Gabon to make another appearance at Egypt 2019.
It certainly would be disappointing for Gabon when you consider the star power. I mean, everybody would love to see Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang at the African Cup of Nations leading Gabon. But if they don't get a goal here, it's not going to happen. And especially would be disappointing when you consider that the tournament has expanded now to 24 teams. So you have more chances to see those big superstars in African football.
Ooh, rough tackle there by Cedric on Boanga. It's a free kick to the Panthers of Gabon. Alavina is asking for a card from the referee. He's definitely stamped on the foot.
Yep.
Of Boanga. His right foot.
There's the commitment to defending for Burundi.
For that commitment.
Yeah. That's a lot of commitment right there. Cedric.
You missed the ball, don't miss the leg.
Yeah.
I was just...
You want to get the first one, but if you can't get the first one, get the leg. Make sure he doesn't go forward. Just do enough, not to hurt him, but just to impede his progress. Yeah.
You can see it's standing room only. Colorful fans from Bujumbura, former capital of Burundi. New capital is now Gitega.
I have to remember that.
The referee there talking to Cedric. Referee Gehat Gerisha of Egypt. Alavina comes all the way from the left side to play the free kick here for Gabon. Gabon needs something. 34 minutes into this game. Great service. Oh, well done there by Bruno Manga. That ball was high and wide. Cardiff man could have been a hero there for the Panthers of Gabon.
Oh, brilliant service sent in. And he is able to elevate and just couldn't keep that header down. But it's a brilliant ball in. Well done. He is able to get inside there. Well done on the service. And Bruno Manga knows he should have finished it. But we mentioned set pieces. That might be Gabon's best chance because of their struggles to finish when it comes to the counterattack or the run of play. They had a great opportunity there.
Easily cleared away there by Obiang. Throw into Burundi. And it seems like Fiston Abdulrazak has switched positions from the right side to the left.
Yeah. And Cedric has moved over to the left. And you can see that because of because of the foul there. And he was defending on the left side. So, yeah. I guess you have to credit right back Lloyd Paluna of Gabon. He said they haven't been able to generate anything past Paluna on the right side of the Gabon defense. So let's see if we can exploit Obiang on the left side of the Gabon defense. So
Obiang and Alavina, because the right side of Gabon has been impenetrable.
Yeah.
Now, you know, turns, twists out to Cedric. Easily closed down there by Poco. Gets across it! Oh! And Abdulrazak Fiston there with a header, point-blank header, right into the hands of Obono Ebang. Great job there. Looked like Cedric had lost the ball, but he gets across in. Got behind his man there, Fiston Abdulrazak. And right in the hands of Obono Ebang, who literally had no idea how the ball just hit in his hands. And a foul from Aubameyang. I don't think he even knew what was going on, but the yellow card has come out automatically there from the referee. The Burundi players are definitely gesturing for a card, and it's a booking. Fans are cheering here at the Stade Prince Louis Guakasore, and it was a pass from King. Aubameyang tried to turn, and cleats showed there. If that was Europe, it probably would have been a red card for Aubameyang.
Yeah,
that's the cleats showing. But I guess his star power name there only allowed for a yellow card. And Berahino is asking for something a little bit more than just the yellow.
Yeah. Well, what happened, Aubameyang, he tries to gets a little fancy with the touch, and it's too heavy, so he has to chase it down. Burundi, with that crowded midfield, they want to make sure they don't give up that much space, especially Aubameyang, is there to clean it up, and then he has to try to recover and make a sliding challenge, and he deserved the yellow card there. But he tried to get fancy with the touch there, the inside of that right foot in behind his left leg, and then turn. It wasn't the cleanest touch, or it wasn't the touch in terms of the weight that he wanted to turn. Got away from him, and he had to slide to try to regain the possession back for Gabon, and that cost him, and now he's in the book. First one of the match.
So far in this game, we've had an attempt from Malik, 35th minute header from Fiston Abdulrazak, and a yellow card, the first of the game, to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, as players from Burundi take a water break, and the Burundi supporters are celebrating and dancing because they know if this result holds, they're advancing to their first ever African Cup of Nations.
Yeah, and See that touch right there. He tried to get a little fence with that little back heel and then came in. It was too much weight on that. And tried to win it back. This is a great opportunity here. Well,
yeah, right into the goalie's basket, his hand basket. I don't think Alavina, actually it was Obiang.
Obiang, yeah. He didn't even see him coming.
He didn't see him coming. But that's Fiston Abdul-Razak. He scored 6 goals so far in this tournament as play has resumed, and goalkeeper Bank clears foul on Didier Ndong.
This is certainly livening up the last 5 or 10 minutes or so. We had that great header for Gabon by Bruno Manga, and then obviously Abdul-Razak clever to slide in front of Obiang and get that header on the frame as well. But that switch of Cedric to the left and Razak to the right certainly has helped Burundi out there, obviously because of that goal scoring chance. Instead of Razak maybe being the provider, they say, well, we know he can finish, so we'll make him be the finisher, and we'll put Cedric there to create the opportunities. So clever little move there by Olivier Iyungeko.
The fans definitely came to see number 9 for the Panthers, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the captain and one of the star power names. If Gabon advances to the African Cup of Nations, it will be alongside Mane, Salah, Mahrez, Iwobi, just to name a few.
Yeah.
Free kick to Gabon. Foul there by Cedric.
Beauty of Africa Cup of Nations as well as you can have a situation where you have a Burundi possibly go through first time ever. A few years back at Zambia, nobody expected Zambia to win the tournament a few years ago. They were able to do it. So while you have these big nations, Egypt, Nigeria, Cameroon, that always the marquee names, the marquee players as you mentioned, you also at the same time have the storylines of a Zambia that can go through and win it.
Speaking of Zambia, Zambia actually have been eliminated from the African Cup of Nations. And Burkina Faso, who were finalists in 2013, have also been eliminated. So you expect that with the addition of 8 more teams would result in the big names making it to the AFCON.
Yeah.
Well, we have Mauritania, first time headed to the African Cup of Nations winning their group, and potentially Burundi as debutants as well too.
Big name.
To Gabon. They have 40 minutes in the game. A bank. Bruno Manga serves it in, trying to find Aubameyang. No luck, and here's Alivina. Alivina dances around. Malik with a shot! Oh, drags that wide, and it's a goal kick for Burundi.
Well, once again, Gabon slicing through the Burundi defense. This is great work here by Alevina. And Abuna Malik able to get inside. Look at that run. Well-timed run, well-angled run as well. Able to beat Omar Ngando, but just couldn't get that turn and tuck it in the near post.
Foul on Didier Ndong by Manimana. Seems like Burundi's accepted the fact that Aubameyang is Aubameyang, so we're going to have anybody but Aubameyang beat. Well, because he is yet to get a shot off in this game.
Yeah, they definitely want to focus their attention on Aubameyang, and justifiably so.
Oh, great touch there from Malik to Alevina. Alevina picks his head up. But it's a corner kick. Results in a corner kick for the Panthers of Gabon.
And they needed to make that play there as Bigirimana. Big time intervention there, because if that ball gets through, it's Aubameyang who is the target, and he's open there. And also looked like Ndong was open at the top of the penalty area as well. Important intervention there by Bigirimana.
Boanga with the corner kick, a short one. To Alevina, back to Boanga. Serves it in, far post, finds Aubameyang. His touch is a little wide, and Aubameyang gets a corner kick for Gabon.
Let's see what they can do here. Remember, we had Bruno Manga on the corner, got a great header just couldn't keep it down. Let's see if that happens again, if Manga can be the one that opens the scoring here.
Boanga on corner kick duties. 4-1 cleared out by Burundi. Nodded back in by Poko. Foul there on Fiston Abdul Razak. It's a free kick to Burundi. 43 minutes gone. 2 minutes plus added time left in this half here at the Stade Prince Louis Rwagasore in Bujumbura. The mountains in the background, and it's a foul there by King, one of the center backs for the Panthers of Gabon. As you can see, the camera pans out to the mountainous view. We have a great view overlooking the stadium here in Bujumbura. Nahimana takes a shot. It's high and wide, unfortunately, for Burundi.
Oh, great opportunity there. It was settled down. Amini was the one that settled it in the midfield, able to control, but just couldn't control it. Tried to go for glory from long range.
Alum. Throw into Gabon.
And Daniel Cousin, his first touch isn't that good. Or he's lost a little bit of it. He tried to control it there on the sideline, and the coach, the manager, got away from him.
Boanga, good football, great touch there by Boanga, finds Didier Ndong. Good service in. Nodded out by Burundi. Throwing to Gabon. Seconds left in the half, plus stoppage time from the referee. It's still 0-0. Burundi needs a draw. Gabon needs a win to advance to the African Cup of Nations. Alavina with the service in. Easy catch for goalkeeper Nahimana.
That time we saw that Ndong floated out wide to the right and then sent him the service. Gabon have been able to get good deliveries and good service from that right side.
Only 1 minute of stoppage time though, as we have Cedric dashes on the ball, waits for help, finds Christophe. Ball comes off the hand of Malik, and it will be a free kick to Burundi.
If this is an opportunity for Burundi to get a goal here on a set piece, ignite, excite, and delight the crowd at the Stade Prince Louis Rwagasore Stadium.
Mana on free kick release. The referee pulls the Gabon line back 10 yards. Magic spray comes out.
Yeah, good old magic spray. One of the great inventions of world football over the last 10 years.
I agree.
Yeah. Baraino was standing somewhere as if to say, place the ball there. Let's see if it works.
Great service there from Bigirimana, but nodded out by Bruno Manga. And here comes Gabon. Ooh, great touch there from Boanga. Easily dealt with. It's the halftime here at the Stade Prince Louis Rwagasore in Bujumbura. Score ties a 0-0.
Lowe's knows you're the deal hunter who does things right, who's armed with research and finally ready to roll. We do it right too, with huge savings on the brands you want. So happy hunting. Get up to 30% off select appliances like this Whirlpool refrigerator. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
So you're open all day, every day?
That's what 24/7 means, sugar.
Kind of like how you get 24/7 access to licensed agents with Geico. Yeah, you just go online, give them a call anytime.
You don't say.
Yep. Now, what will it take to get 24/7 access to that lemon meringue pie?
Pie's coming! That's what it takes, baby.
Geico. Great service from licensed agents 24/7.
10 years ago, Coach James Lurson gave Brian Ortega a choice. Continue fighting for his life in the streets of LA, or fight for gold and his community in the Octagon. Today, as a top-ranked UFC featherweight, Ortega uses the fighting spirit that he learned from his coach to inspire others like him to fight for something better. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo, the official beer of UFC.
Talk to family back home with the new Boss Revolution app. Call, text, send, and share. Download the app and get $1 free for calling.
Lowe's knows you're the deal hunter who does things right, who's armed with research and finally ready to roll. We do it right too, with huge savings on the brands you want. So happy hunting. Get up to 30% off select appliances like this Whirlpool refrigerator. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
The road to Qatar begins on beIN Sports. Brazil versus Panama. Today on beIN Sports, the world-class sports network.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Let's call things by its name. This is the greatest motorcycle racing championship in the world. It just started, and we're all talking about it. The MotoGP World Championship Round 2 is just around the corner. The Argentinian Grand Prix. On beIN Sports, the world-class sports network.
The Copa Libertadores is here on beIN Sports. The battle for Group G leadership is on fire. The Warriors are ready for the fight. Atlético Paranaense, Boca Juniors, April 2nd, live and exclusively on beIN Sports.
Hey everybody, welcome to your Express Halftime. I'm Terry Lee and you are watching Africa Cup of Nations qualifying. It all comes down to the 6th and final match day in the group stage. Burundi and Gabon, no goals in the first half. Let's take a look at the first half highlights with George and Sulaiman.
Thank you very much, Terry. And a big Group C encounter between Burundi and Gabon. Of course, everyone focused on Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. 3 minutes in. And the first real danger of the match for Gabon coming in as this effort, long range here just outside the box by Athanase Bouanga in the 3rd minute. And then 13th minute, a chance here for Saido Berraino, but a big-time save by Didier Ovono at Bang in between the sticks for the Panthers. Cat-like reflexes from the Gabon goalkeeper. 36th minute. A chance here down the left side. It is going to be the service by Amissi Cedric and then the header by Abdulfiston Rezak, I should say, has been kept out there by Didier Ovono in between the sticks. Maybe not the cleanest of saves, but it still did not go over the line into the back of the net. And then the 41st minute, great opportunity here for the number 7 of Gabon, Ivona Malik. And it is going wide, and it is 0-0 at the break in Bujumbura. We'll have more Express Halftime Show coming up.
Lowe's knows you're the powerhouse who does it right, who knows the right tool has no equal. As a leader in outdoor power equipment, we do it right too, so you can show your yard who's boss. Now get a Craftsman gas string trimmer for $129. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
Cycling.
Practice French.
Cooking class?
Art festival.
Climbing.
Getting a new Volkswagen can be easier than you think. What will you do with the extra time?
Hot yoga!
Yeah! No, like yoga, but hotter. Love it.
With practically just your signature, you can get a 2019 Volkswagen Jetta for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
Sarah's last tuition payment sent off.
Feeling good?
Oh, yeah. Now I'm ready to focus on my project.
This is why we plan. cease to amaze me, man.
See how investing with a JP Morgan advisor can help you. Visit your local Chase branch.
AI unlocks the art of science.
When you open a bottle of beer, I don't think many people actually know the level of science that's built into that bottle. Back in time, it took Carlsberg several years to produce a new beer. But using Microsoft Artificial Intelligence, we will be able to detect new flavors in a split second and develop better beers faster.
With AI, we redefine what's possible.
So cheers.
Lowe's knows you're the powerhouse who does it right, who knows the right tool has no equal. As the leader in outdoor power equipment, we do it right too, so you can show your yard who's boss. Now get a Craftsman gas string trimmer for $129. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
beIN Sports, home of the Copa Internacional versus River Plate. Copa Libertadores, April 3rd. Live and exclusive on beIN Sports.
You thought I was...
Messi, Suarez, Dembélé, Coutinho. The Spanish Titans welcome Espanyol in a historic Barcelona City derby. In a Spanish showdown you can't get anywhere else.
Heartbreak turns into sheer...
beIN Sports, the world-class sports network. Get in the game with the most passionate fans in the world in the most exciting matches anywhere through beIN Sports Connect. Watch every battle of the Copa Libertadores and the Copa Sudamericana. Fans unite and cheer for your favorite teams. Don't miss two of the most prestigious tournaments. Live on beIN Sports Connect.
Welcome back. The second half is coming up next. Burundi and Gabon. Burundi only need the draw. They can hang on for it for a first ever finals appearance, but Gabon will come out strong. Second half coming up next.
Lowe's knows you're the deal hunter who does things right, who's armed with research and finally ready to roll. We do it right too, with huge savings on the brands you want. So happy hunting. Get up to 30% off select appliances like this Whirlpool refrigerator. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
Choosing my car insurance was the easiest decision ever. I switched to Geico and saved hundreds. That's a win. But it's not the only reason I switched. Geico's a company I can trust, with over 75 years of great savings and service. Now that's a win-win.
Switch to Geico. It's a win-win.
Every time a vacation day interrupts a work day, a Corona gets its line. Every time your favorite getaway is a block away. Every time you find some friends and you get lost. Every time a night takes you away, and every time the last thing you want to do is leave, a Corona gets its line.
Lowe's knows you're the deal hunter who does things right, who's armed with research and finally ready to roll. We do it right too, with huge savings on the brands you want. So happy hunting. Get up to 30% off select appliances like this Whirlpool refrigerator. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's.
And we're on the way immediately here at the Stade Prince Louis Rwagasore in Bujumbura. It's Burundi versus Gabon, a crucial encounter for the African Cup of Nations qualifiers. A ticket needed here. Sulaiman Falayan alongside George Demetellus at the stadium in Bujumbura with the mountains in the background looking over the capacity crowd here for this game. A draw for Burundi will see them advance to the African Cup of Nations. A win, a must win for Gabon, nothing less. And they might be heading home if they lose this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get a draw.
Yeah, absolutely. For Burundi, it's been a situation where they want to make sure they don't concede a goal, so they've been making sure that the numbers, they're dropping back numbers, trying to keep things tight defensively. But Gabon, to their credit, have been able to find some spaces and find opportunities to score. Their finishing has either been off or the last touch to create a shot on target has been off. So Burundi's attempt to be a little more conservative is worked because obviously Gabon haven't scored, but Gabon, their attempt to go forward and attack has been effective except for that final touch, that final connection needed in the final third. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here in the second half, what tactics they're going to use, what little tweaks are made to get the goal that would either eliminate one team or send another team, and by extension, obviously by connection, eliminate one team, send another team through.
You just confused the listeners.
Yeah, I think I confused myself by trying to get that out there. Yeah.
Great job there by Fistora Abdurazak. The cross was a little bit too heavy. Cedric tried to keep it in play. It's a throw in to Gabon.
I think if the first half is any indication, then one goal is all it will take for one team to advance, and for the team that concedes the goal to stay home. We watch the Africa Cup of Nations over the summer in Egypt. I think that's a little clearer, right? Does that make more sense?
Way clearer.
That helps. Okay, good.
Foul on Gael Bigirimana. Free kick to Burundi. Headed out by Usaba King. Karim Abdul finds Fiston Abdulrazak. Dances on the ball. He's forced to go back to Frederick. Frederick's forced to go back to goalkeeper Nahimana. Chased down by Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Diogo Poku. And Gabon loses the ball. Malik is a little bit too cavalier there as Nahimana picked his pocket. And here comes Burundi with Karim Abdul. Crosses the ball in! A great header by Sergio Berahino. But he nodded it down and it's over for a goal kick. Great job there by Karim Abdul. Fabulous service. Goalkeeper seemed like he got his fingertip to that.
Yeah, but this is a great ball in by Karim Abdul Izigiyimana, but why Berahino is heading it down is curious to me. Headed toward goal, headed toward the far post there. I know this is artificial turf, so maybe it's a little bit tricky to bounce, but heading it down doesn't make any sense. Head it toward the far post. Keep that ball in the air. Put the power into it. But heading it down off the turf, it's unpredictable. That was a great chance lost there by Burundi and Saido Berahino.
Balloon and Cedric there doing battle. Ball comes out to King. He's pushed off by Fiston Abdulrazak. But the referee says it's not a shoulder to shoulder, but rather a shoulder to the back. A free kick to Gabon.
Well, Razak has been very intense in this match from the opening whistle. We saw in the first half he started on the left, and in the last 5 or 10 minutes he moved over and flipped.
He started on the right.
He started on the left with Cedric on the right, and then they flipped.
And now he's back, and he's on the right now. Great
exactly.
Header there by Aubameyang to try to find Malik, but goalkeeper Nahimana gobbles that up for Burundi.
So he comes out second half, and I mean he really has been Fiston Abdulrazak, I should say, has been very active, but not only just helping out an attack, but also trying to track back in the midfield and win the ball and get physical and win the ball back.
Because Gabon has dominated the midfield for the most part in the first half of this game. So it makes perfect sense that you would have your highest goal scorer every now and then have to drop back to
win the ball.
Exert some physicality in the midfield, so to speak.
Absolutely, and they need that. They need to get a little bit of possession. One way to preserve or have a zero, keep that zero next to Gabon, is to hold the ball more. Keep the ball away from the likes of Aubameyang and Alevina and Malik, who were pretty strong and pretty effective in that first half.
Wanga. Nahimana, led out there by Didier Dong. Throw into Gabon. Aubameyang. He's been off in this game.
Hasn't had much, not much service for Aubameyang.
Pierre Quezera tries to find Berahino. Easily picked up by Didier Ovono. Diogo Poco. Andre Diogo Poco to Didier Ndong. Gabon looks to build. Drops back to Diogo Poco. Back to Ndong. Returns. It's fouled there by Nahimana.
Slowing up the pace a little bit there for Gabon, trying to, as you mentioned, just slowly build the attack there going forward. And Burundi, look at everyone back deep. All 10 outfield players back deep.
Malik, Balloon, Ndong, classify Malik. It's a throw in to Burundi.
Well done there by Pierre Quezera.
That was Alevina. Alevina has now gone onto the right side for Gabon.
Alevina on the left side was pretty effective for Gabon. Now switched over to the right. Sebuna Malik on the left, but great work there by the Burundi midfielder Pierre Quezera defensively.
Oh, heavy ball there from Malik to try to find Boanga, Dennis Boanga. It's a goal kick to Burundi.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there. Sebuna Malik had a couple of great chances in the first half. and was a little selfish on a couple of them, on one of them, when he could have squared it into the middle. Not a good game for Evuna Malik so far.
He had a heavy touch in another.
Yep, he sure did. Absolutely, yep. He's got to do a little bit better. And you mentioned Aubameyang. He hasn't really had that much service. We're seeing him dropping back in the midfield to try to win the ball back, much like Fiston Abdul Razak is doing. The difference is he's always surrounded by one or two players, marked by one person in the midfield, but at least two players surrounding him to make sure that they don't allow him to break or at least connect with his teammates and create a chance for Gabon.
Diego Poco. Oanga. Classified Didier Ndong. Cleared by Burundi.
And now you see Ndong pushing up higher. Diego Poco pushing up higher, getting touches close to the penalty area. That leaves a lot of space in the midfield for Burundi to exploit on a possible counterattack.
Or attempt there of a header from Buanga to Malik. Yang almost lost the ball there. Passes it back to Didier Ovono, and that's cleared. Aubameyang spins off his man. Easily dealt with there by Christophe.
How about that Saido Berahino putting some pressure on that back line, almost wins the ball there off of Aubameyang. Gonna have to do more of that in this game.
Offside on Abdulrazak Fiston, and rightfully so. Second half, the game's tamed down a little bit.
Yeah.
It's the excitement in the first half, the butterflies of is not the same. There's Malik, heavy touch, finds Buanga, Dennis Buanga, picks his head up, tries to find Malik again, but dealt with by Burundi and cleared away by Fiston Abdulrazak.
One thing's happening here. Every time Gabon in the second half get into the back there and get into the penalty area, Burundi just getting the numbers defensively in the penalty box, making it difficult for, in that particular instance, Buanga to connect with Aubameyang.
Razak Fiston went to ground easily there. The claim of Aubameyang hitting him in the face.
And if this result holds up and Burundi advance, you're talking about first ever time in Africa Cup of Nations, but also going through a group like this undefeated. That's very impressive.
The two players on the Burundi side who actually escaped civil war, Saïdou Berahino, was born in Bujumbura, same with Gaël Bigirimana. They both left Burundi as kids and started a youth level football in England.
Interesting, okay.
Saïdou Berahino played at the youth level, and here's that opportunity again for Berahino, tipped over the bar by Didier Ovono. But like you said, there was no reason for him to nod the ball down. He just nodded it either direction. Not the ball back in the direction it was coming from.
Right. But if Ovono was floating to his right to cover, and Berahino has the header, all he has to do is head it back against the grain to that far post or to the near post from where the service came from, and it's a goal.
Like a heavy touch there from Malik. Claims he was tackled from behind. Picked up easily by goalkeeper Naidimana.
But it's good to see. You mentioned Gaël Bigirimana and Saïdou Berahino. Their families escaping the civil war and all that politics and drama, and then coming back representing the nations to possibly get them to a Africa Cup of Nations. It's a great story and a great sign of strength.
Oh, great move there by Alavina. Gets wide. Still Alavina. Can he find someone? Oh, off the line. But here the ball comes.
His teammate for a goal as well, so it's a smart decision there by Daniel Cousin to substitute him. Axomeye.
Win for Burundi.
Especially in the middle of that midfield, if you will. It's been pretty easy for both teams to get through and run into some space and create opportunities through the middle of that midfield for both squads. Both midfield, the central midfielders have been pretty porous.
It looked like it was advantage Gabon initially, but now it's fizzled out because now Begirimana has settled into the midfield, and here is Nahimana. Shoots! Blocked. Diogo Poko finds Didier Ndong. Aubameyang tries to turn, but not allowed, and easily taken up. The ball taken up him by Pierre Kwezera. Free kick, advantage Burundi. With a foul on Cedric.
And Pierre Aubameyang, he had Alevina on the right side, got a little too fancy with the touches. He's just got to one-time that one out wide.
Bigirimana tries to find Cedric. He does. Dances on the ball. Bruno Manga defeated. Oh! Handball. That was luckily for Gabon. It was right outside the box. Great footwork. It was first Saido Berraino beats Manga. And watch this beautiful flick there from Cedric. Results in a handball by Diogo Poko. Right on the edge of the box.
Oh, and very lucky because right on the edge of the box, but also Diogo Poko card already. So we've seen some referees give yellows for that, and that would have been a second yellow that could have really made things interesting or more interesting here in Burundi. Also looked like there was the hand tugging, and then also offside it looked like as well. That was close.
Came to Obiang, tries to find the new boy Axel Maya.